Were you ever working on a Dorothea Puente?
Yes.
Okay, tell
that
me
just came
about
out.
what is that?
Okay.
Tell me what that is or what you're trying to do with that.
So I pitched a TV series to the former president of Sony. His name's Jeff Frost. And he left Sony about a year or two ago to start his own production company, Bristol Circle Entertainment. And their first project with Bristol and Jeff producing is Vince Gilligan, who created Breaking Bad, his show.
Wow.
And so he read something that I wrote, and I went in there and we talked about it. And he goes, well, has this project been out anywhere? And I go, yeah, we pitched it a few places. And he goes, oh, because I really love it. But if it's already been out there, he goes, is there anything else that you have? Anything else that you, and I go, yeah, I have this idea. It's based on a true story. And I pitched this 15-minute off-the-cuff sort of story about this woman, Dorothea Puente, who was Sacramento, if not the country's most notorious serial killer, female serial killer. And what she would do is, in Sacramento, she had a boarding house,
right?
And she had her tenants were people with schizophrenics, mentally ill, elderly, drug addicts.
They were getting money from the government,
right? And she would take cash,
barely on the edge of society,
right? People that no one would know or know that they were gone. She would cash their Social Security checks and she would kill them and bury them in her yard.
Wow!
But there's such an amazing story behind it, and then of course it's based on a true story. So I brought a whole bunch of ideas, got a showrunner, and so right now we're just trying to find the right actress for this role, and then I think it's smooth sailing. So it's tough because it's like
maybe Charlize Theron would like to do another one.
well, you need a 65.
She was pretty brilliant.
65-plus-year-old woman most likely to play this role.
Yeah.
But what's crazy there's so many crazy facts about this woman. She was saying she was 10 years older than she actually was. Most women or guys, they want to say, I'm younger than my age, but she was, and, she had served, and she went to prison for fraud, and she ran a brothel. Her mother was a sex worker. Her dad was an alcoholic.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
She had
put it on a screen.
I want this to be sort of the female version of a Dahmer-like show.
Yeah.
It was really dark, but also it will have, there'll be some grounded comedy in it, but I'm excited about it. So, we'll see what happens with it.
How far down? I mean, do you have?
It's still pretty early. I mean, we have our showrunner, our producers, but I think the biggest hurdle is we want to get a great actress. So we're going out to some big names right now, and so once that happens, then I think we're off to the races. But I have what's that?
Kind of a Sweeney Todd vibe about it. It seems.
Yeah, and it's a larger than life character, and the angle we're going.
You need an Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I was so fascinated with this case that I got in touch with somebody who knew someone who connected me to the head detective of that case.
Okay.
And I I was Zooming with him for an hour, and I recorded it, and we talked, and he told me everything about this case that he could tell you, but it was just fascinating and such dark shit that I didn't even know, and it really helped. So, it's a fascinating story, and we're just excited about it. So we're taking it step by step. But I have a couple of those projects. I'm doing a hockey one that I wrote, and we're about to start pitching that one, and it's more about family, and I grew up playing hockey, and my dad was the president of the hockey league, and he was tough on me, and so it's about relationships and about it's dark, but it's also humorous and touching at the same time. So I'm just, my favorite thing to do now is, in the last 5 years, I used to always think about the end result. Like, if I do this, and then I just wanted to see it done. I never thought of the process. A lot of times, I wanted to, it's like, I got a movie, but now I got to work. And now, I don't know what happened in the last 5 years, but I've really learned to have fun with the process and enjoy the process. Like the writing, coming up with an idea, the process, sending it to friends. What do you think? Getting notes, tackling it, trying to make it better. And for me, it doesn't even matter as much if something gets sold. It's always great, but I don't look at it like I used to. I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm spending a lot of my time. It's fulfilling. And so I really am thankful that I got to a place where I could just sort of appreciate being in the moment, what I'm doing, working with people. And I never thought I'd say that.
Well,
but it's true.